Hi and welcome to this video. We are your friends at Quantum Heat and Air Conditioning, and we wanted to make this video because we wanted to show you how to read and how to test a capacitor. Before we keep going, I wanted to mention that we believe that there are three levels of repairs within the air conditioning industry. Level 1 being the easiest, which means that anyone can do it. Level 2, where you do need some specialized tools, some power tools, and some knowledge. And level 3, when you absolutely need to know what are you doing. You need specialized tools, you need power tools, and you need knowledge of about the system that you're working with. We do recommend to hire a local contractor or local technician to do this kind of repairs. Now, in this case, we think this is a level 2 repair because you do need a special tools, a voltmeter that can read a microfarads, and you also need power tools to remove the capacitor from the compressor or the furnace. Okay, now first of all, what we're going to be reading out of the voltmeter is microfarads, which is MFD right here. Okay, so I'm gonna put it like that, tilt it a little bit so you can read the numbers. And now I'm gonna show you two types of capacitor that you're normally gonna see in a air conditioning system. The most common capacitor is this one. It's a dual capacitor, round dual capacitor. It's called a dual capacitor because it helps the fan, the condenser fan motor, and the HERM, the compressor, and it has the C, which is the common. This is a dual capacitor. Okay, and we have a regular capacitor like this, which has only two terminals. Now, what are we going to be reading or try to read out of the voltmeter is this number right here, which indicates how many microfarads it is the capacitor. Like this one is 7.5, but we also have a percentage, which is 5% variation. What that means is that this capacitor is 7.5, but it can also go down to 7.12 and it's still a good capacitor, or it can go up to 7.87 and it's still considered a good capacitor. So that's the variation, that's the 5% variation. What that means is that it doesn't necessarily have to be 7.5 to be considered a good capacitor. Okay, so let's start with this one. This is a brand new capacitor. As you can see, it's never been installed. So let's see what is the reading out of this new capacitor. Like this one, 7.39. You see, that's what I was telling you. It doesn't have to be exactly 7.5. There is a variation. In this case, it's a 5%, and it is within the range, knowing that the lowest it can go is 7.12, and we have 7.39, which is a good capacitor. Now let's read a bad capacitor. It is this one. Like this is oval capacitor, but it's considered a dual capacitor as well, because we have this terminal for the fan, the one in the center, which is the common, and then we have HERMS, which is this one. I don't know if you can read it. Yeah, right there. HERM, this terminal right here. Let's see what is the reading out of this capacitor. This is a commercial capacitor. It came out of the commercial system. So let's see. Let's read the fan first. Okay, wait. Let's see what is the reading that we're looking for. Like this one is a 40 MFD microfarads. That's for the higher numbers always goes to the compressor, and the lower number goes to the condenser fan motor, which in this case is 5. So from the HERM or the compressor, we're looking to get 40, and for the condenser fan motor, we're looking to get 5. Now we have a 6% variation. Okay, so if in this one, that would be 24, that would be 37.4. That's the lowest it can go, or it can go higher to 41.6, I believe. Alright, but let's see what's the reading. This one, this is for the fan, this is the herm. Okay, so common, let's read the herm first. 0. This is a bad capacitor. Oh wait, yeah. The fan, 0. Okay, so that's why we replaced this one. It wasn't working at all. Now, what I want to show you next is a capacitor. This is a pretty common thing to happen in the summer when it's really hot, or when this capacitor go or are too old. They tend to pop like this. All right. This is a regular capacitor, and we're supposed to get 10 microfarads out of this one with a 6% variation. Okay, so for this one will be 9.4 the lowest, or 10.6 the highest. But probably, as you can make guess, we're gonna be reading 0. It's a bad capacitor. Spot. Okay, now let's try this one over here. Oh, you can read like that. Cool. Probably even better, huh? Okay. So now let's see. Let's read this one. The round capacitor, dual capacitor, and we have the fan. We have herm, which is the compressor. We have it common. So first we're gonna read the fan, right? So you see the fan. This is common, the fan. And hold on, let me show you. This one's supposed to be 5, right? I think we already did this one. 55 and 5. Yeah, we already did this one, but let's read it again so you have a better idea. 4.8, that's for the fan, which is supposed to be 5. It is within the range. And then the herm, which is 55.6. Alright, which is pretty good. It is within the range, a little higher than what it says, 55.6 higher, but it is still a good capacitor. Alright, now what I want to show you next is where you're gonna find this kind of capacitor. So we're gonna look into a furnace, and we're also gonna be looking into the condenser to show you where those capacitors at and how to remove them. Alright, so I'll see you in a little bit. Okay guys, so we are back, and we're gonna check the furnace first, where you're gonna find those capacitors within the furnace. We already removed the panel. We thought that wasn't important because it might be different with your system. And what it is important is that you always disconnect the equipment that you are working with. Kill the power completely. All right, so that's that. It's off. And now we're gonna remove this panel right here. You see we have 2 screws. I'm gonna be removing that, and let me remove that and I get back to you right now. Alright guys, so we already removed the panel. I'm gonna show you where you're gonna find those parts right here. But before we go at it, let me give you a tour of the parts that you're gonna see within the furnace. So we have the inducer motor right here. This normally starts spinning when the heater is going. Then we have the pressure switch. They have the limit switch, which this one right here. Limit switches. We have another one right here. Another limit switch right there. What that does is if it gets too hot, it kills the power so it doesn't burn, for your safety. Then we have the gas valve. Okay, we have the control board. This is a safety switch. Okay, so when you remove the panel, it kills the power. Without that, this one right here kills the power. Okay, then we have the burners, and then we have the capacitor right here. Like in this case, you have to remove this screw in order to take the capacitor out. Now always test your capacitor. Make sure there is no power going to it before you remove it. Okay, again, we highly recommend that for this kind of repair you call your local technician, all right, and or your local contractor. Let me remind you, we service the Orange County and the Inland Empire, so you can call us at any time. Our phone number is 951-541-5579, and we're here to help you. Okay, so that's that. This is the capacitor for the blower motor, all right, which is back there, and it help them start. So that's one kind of capacitor that you're gonna be looking within the system. All right, now we're gonna be looking at next is the compressor or the condenser, where you're gonna find that capacitor within the condenser. All right, so see you in a little bit. All right, guys, so we are back. Now this condenser is not connected, but sure, it's gonna help us to show you where you're gonna find the capacitor. Okay, so to get to the capacitor, we're gonna have to remove two screws on this kind of condenser. This one right here, and the other one back here. All right, so let me remove it and I'll get back to you. All right, guys, so I removed the cover, and you see this is a run capacitor and it's a dual capacitor. Okay, we have the fan, the herm or the condenser, the compressor, and then we have the power. Okay, obviously, like I said, this is not connected, but normally power goes from here to here, supplies power to it. This is the ground, and then on this side we have the reefer line, the two wires, the thermostat wires that were connected there. This is straight cooling system. All right, and I already showed you how to test this capacitor, and to remove this one you will have to remove that screw back there, this one right here. You can lose the strap, and then you can remove the capacitor from there. All right, and maybe you want to say hi to this guy right here, Mr. Chuy. Chuy.